Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The numbers for Jones last week. 19 carries, 52 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench to tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Rodgers with a handoff to Aaron Jones. Justin Houston on the stop.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 42.
Jones again the ball carrier.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
To Allen Lazard. A gain of 13 yards. First down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Rodgers.
So a glance here at the key inactives. There's other reasons, but this list, one of the reasons they've been struggling some this year.
And one that they won't make excuses with, but everyone knows that this is the key reason. Without these players, it's made it very difficult for them this season. They've battled, they've scrapped, but without those guys, hard to win games.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less.
8-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. His pass caught at the 4. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Aaron Jones
from the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Down at the 2-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
The kick is good.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Colts ready to go to work here offensively, and it is Phillip Rivers, their veteran quarterback and longtime Charger, who will be under center.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Come on, now.
Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Number 28, Jonathan.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Preston Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And that sack leaves Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long. Here's Rivers. This one into the hands of Burton. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. An update now from down in Houston. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
For Green Bay. He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd and short. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Able to find Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
With the handoff to Aaron.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard.
Rodgers.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Rivers on 1st down. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
3-yard line.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Now Rivers.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
4 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Point after try forthcoming.
The extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he's got the hook up to Lazard.
Rodgers.
7 yards there and a first down.
Lazard.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
He was taken down.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A 5-yard gain.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about them picking up that one? That was big for them.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A gain of.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Rock, yes, sir.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
The kick is good.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Rigoberto Sanchez.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here?
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And 8 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the all-time leading rusher at Boston College, it's A.J. Dillon. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
26 yards.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Rodgers with the handoff to Aaron Jones. Brought down at the 30-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Jones again the ball carrier. He was brought down.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
We can't have that.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Rodgers pass complete.
Devontae Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Indy set to go on offense once more. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Number 28, Jonathan.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Taylor
at the 32-yard line.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier, taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
For a Colts.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
180, black 15.
On 1st down, Taylor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They run with Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 2nd and 11 at the 41. Rivers on the money, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. He's got Burton here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Taylor. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Jonathan Taylor.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
2nd and 3.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Again, it's Rivers. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
A 31-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
The score, Colts 17, Packers 14.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal. You did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays. You don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
At their own 23-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, he'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
Rodgers pass.
So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Rivers now to throw on first down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. And escapes the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now that sack leaves Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long. From the gun, Rivers. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Jones with a nice gain there on first down as he takes his forward and call it a pickup of 6.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
And this will make it into the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
Phillip Rivers, he is the focal point of our player's spotlight now. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
From the 27, Rivers. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. This one into the hands of Burton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On the pickup.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
Michael Pittman.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10 at the
They'll run with Taylor. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 more yards.
On 2nd and inches, Rivers, his throw incomplete.
The rookie Michael Pittman, the intended receiver that time.
And it's 3rd down.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone, because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. From the gun, Rivers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The tackle made by Bobby Okereke.
On second down, Dillon trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
A.J. Dillon.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Hey, what's good?
So they say we'll let that completed pass stand, and we'll bring up third down instead as they decline it.
So they're comfortable with the yardage. The big thing to them is what you pointed out, getting it to third down and making a play there.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Colts to take over. They were winners last week over Tennessee, and they've got the lead here as well. They start this drive out 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That one good for 33 and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rivers. He completes this one to Mack. Rivers 7 yards on the play, and it's a second down.
A 7-yard.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
31-yard line.
From the gun, Rivers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
On the throw.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And boy, he is very close to a first down. But from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run. So now a little soul searching on 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. To throw, Rivers.
connecting with Burton here over the middle. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Rodgers pass. Complete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Intended for
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The 1st down throw here for Rivers. He dumps this off to Mack. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll throw again. Rivers over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
complete to Trey Burton.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rivers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Good for a Colt.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Carrier. He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Preston Smith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. They'll try and run. Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts add on to their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Packers offense set to go. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a Packer 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Kenny Moore brought him down.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Colts 44-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 33. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Rodgers pass.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and...
To throw again. Rodgers. Caught left side by Funchess. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Intended for Devontae Adams.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. Robert Tonyan was the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
No gain.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try.
A 30-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through.
His kick is...
And that will close the gap down to 14.
Colts 31. Packers 17.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier. Za'Darius Smith on the stop.
On 2nd and 9. Rivers throws this one right side to Pascal.
Rivers pass.
The Colts on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Oh, they have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Rivers on the money, complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 more yards. Complete to Mo Alley Cox. 10 yards on the pickup. It's
out of the gun. Here's a give to Mack. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball
brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd.
Operating from the gun. Rivers throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Mack, draw play. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Christian Kirksey.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
Makes the score Colts 34, Packers 17.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Rodgers pass.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Rodgers pass.
Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
The kick is good.
5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown.
24.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Out comes this offense again, led by Trey Burton. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but Sometimes people forget these tight ends, they can do more than just catch the football.
That is so true, because now when things start to happen and you're not getting the ball as much, maybe you change your focus on the game. Maybe you become a very good decoy. Maybe you block a little bit more. But sometimes you have such a great first half, you expect it to continue to roll, and it doesn't just happen that easily in the second.
Now they have been able to shut him down, at least as of late. On second down, it's Taylor. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And they will take a knee here. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45.
Today's final score.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Colts, they're into the win column for the 3rd time this year as they get the victory here. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to